got plenty of room. That's how windy it is here in Kentucky. What's up, y'all? It is finally time to get in the garden. Man, this weather has been ridiculously difficult to try to plant this garden. Sorry, you just went for a ride. So, besides the fact that most of the country's been extremely cold way too long into the season, that was preventing us from planting. Now, Kentucky's turned into Kansas, and we've got like 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts going on, and it's gonna rain for like 3 weeks straight. So, welcome to spring, right? It throws every curveball it possibly can at you. So it is important to pay attention to that before you get all your seedlings out into the garden. Couple things, like even though it's warmed up, the soil temps have to also raise temperature because that can cause some transplant shock and some other issues. But the biggest thing about that is they're not gonna grow until that soil gets warm, which isn't a huge ordeal because it'll eventually warm up, but you don't want to put them in too much transplant shock. So if they're very comfortable in nice warm soil and you put them in really cold soil, not gonna go over real well. They're gonna react to it, but probably recover. However, we waited a few days. It was killing me inside, but we did wait to get our soil up to temp. It's a decent day today. Actually, all of our seedlings have been outside, which I'll show you here in just a second. I'm getting them hardened off. So the wind, they're already accustomed to it. So I don't have a whole lot of fear there, but I need to get them in the ground. Try to get as much as possible in the ground because right now it's about as dry as it's gonna get for the next foreseeable future. So let's show you what we've done so far. So on this cattle panel are 5 pole beans, and you can plant them close when you're growing up because they're gonna kind of stay one line up there. So you can have them pretty tight there. These, I am not even gonna pronounce the name. There it is. So I'll let you do your best guess. But it's a Baker Creek seed, and if you've ever seen a rattlesnake pole bean, which is like purplish green, these are like reddish yellow, but the same style. So that was really exciting. I picked those out strictly because of color. I don't know how they'll taste, but we'll see. It's supposed to be just like a green bean. If it tastes anything like a rattlesnake pole bean, they're gonna be delicious, which we planted on that one. So we got 5 rattlesnake pole beans over there. Again, one of our biggest rules is try something new, stick with what's also good for your garden. So that's what we're doing here. We know what's good, and then we're trying something new. But we also planted a bunch of bush beans back here. So these are all tenderette bush beans that are sitting here. And the tenderette bush beans are actually bush beans that we locally just find in a store here. We love them. They're like the most successful bush bean that we ever grown. So we try to kind of stick to that. But we are trying something new. I did direct sow some Blue Lake bush beans that are all right in here. And so basically you can do your bush beans about 3 to 5 inches apart, and then keep your rows about 18 inches apart. Bush beans actually grow well together and tight, kind of like lettuce does. So if you do have them too far spaced out, you might not get the production that you expect because they actually do like to touch as they grow. So keep that in mind when you're planting your bush beans. In here, we've gotten over 40 beans in a 4x12 raised bed. So we got 10 pole beans and then the rest 30 bush beans that are sitting in here. So all the green beans up in that bed. Okay, and then this is the archway that we just built that is facing that way. We put it, and y'all, this whole time I thought it was tiger melons, but it's actually a Tigger melon, 2 G's. We planted direct sowed a few right here. And then just on the other side right here, we direct sowed some honeydew melons. We love honeydew. It's one of our favorite melons. It grows pretty well here, so that's why we stick with it. You catching the theme? Something old, something new. It's kind of like a wedding thing. But we've got those, and then I've gotten some direct sowed herbs into Jen's garden bed. Amaranth, mint, which mint we put in a raised or a grow bag so it doesn't spread like crazy because mint will go nuts everywhere. Fennel, a couple other things. Jen will have to talk about that stuff. She knows more about it. But we've got all the plants on the picnic table. We got a bunch of plants over there somewhere by the greenhouse, and direct sowed a bunch of polar bear zinnias along with queen lime red zinnias. So that's exciting. We already have a bunch that are already going, but you never have too many zinnias. I always throw in some more. But I've got to keep planting we've got to beat the storms coming in. We've got a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna put you down. I'll come back with you when I show you a few things that we've gotten done. Okay, so I planted more pole beans on this side of the cattle panel so they'll meet themselves in the middle. You can definitely do that, especially with pole beans. They're not gonna take up the entire, wow, the wind. They're not gonna take up the entire cattle panel, so they can meet in the middle. So you can plant on both sides. So I had a couple more starts, which this whole side is the Kentucky blue pole bean. So I had a couple more that I did there, and then I just direct sowed the rest down the line. Then in here is eggplant. Eggplant is a big plant, so it needs plenty of room to grow. We've got, what I have, 6? So I did 6 in there. I did them about 3 foot apart from one another, and I kept the rows a little tight because it's a raised bed. But what you can do is plant them alternated. So here, then there, then there, then there, then there. So kind of do it like a triangle or a zigzag. That helps you to keep your spacing. And now they've got plenty of room. That's how windy it is here in Kentucky. We plant anyways. That's how you can plant eggplant in a small space. Just make sure you give them plenty of room to grow. And we've got 6 plants that'll produce us all kinds of eggplant, and we'll be able to grow it all. I can go find my hat. All right, we've got our peppers, some of them laid out here. I like to do that so I know the spacing and we can just roll with it. We're doing 12 to 18 inches apart. Rows and between the plants for all of our peppers, and we have a slew of a different bunch of them. Okay, some of the peppers planted. We still got more to go. You can definitely tell the difference in a store-bought one and ones that Jen and I did. See how little they are compared to those. So as y'all know, we had a struggling time with our peppers in our greenhouse this year. I don't know what was up with it, but we still ended up with quite a few. And I have no doubt that they'll catch up with the fish that we always put on there, the fish minerals, to keep them going. That's what we did last year. Our peppers looked about as small as those, and they ended up being an extremely big harvest. So I have full faith that they'll be just fine. And you know, we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of peppers, so we did go purchase some. And so Jen and I do pride ourselves on growing every seed or every plant that we have here, like all of these. But it's okay to buy a couple plants here and there if you have to, and you want to make sure that you have a good harvest. There's nothing wrong with buying and supporting a local nursery. So we grew everything from seed from our place, besides I think it's 6 pepper plants. That's about all that we actually bought. But it'll be all right. I didn't get them all in. I haven't decided what I want to do on that arch trellis. Jen and I are thinking maybe to try to do the ground cherries on it. And actually tie them up over the arch trellis and see how that works, but we haven't fully decided. So that's why I didn't want to plant there. It's also starting to sprinkle a little, so I think I might be done. The tomatoes will have to wait till hopefully tomorrow, but we've gotten a lot done. I also planted the tomatillos. So they actually need quite a bit of space too. I think it was 3 foot as well, because they get real big and bushy. So we did 7 plants in this 3 by 12 bed right here. We're excited about them. It's the first time we've ever grown them, so we'll see how we like them. But that was the pepper bed last year. It should work out really well for them. But I am done planting for today because all of our little lights went out, but we got more. So I'm going to get those up now. hopefully before it rains. First thing I'm gonna do is take all these down. The plan is, once I get these down and these up, at the end of this video, you'll get to see the beautiful garden all lit up with all of our lights. Okay, the rain was a little nuts on us and everything, but I got the lights up, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're gonna be even more beautiful at nighttime.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till nighttime. We'll show you all what it looks like and actually give you the tour of it. But we expanded further than we even have. It goes all the way to our front gate, all the way to the back arch panel, and all the way around it. So that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice that we're looking off the screen, we got a new camera.
Yeah.
Like literally in this video, you're gonna get 2 shots, so it'll be perfect. This is the first clip on the new camera because it came in the day we were shooting. So you all let us know down in the comments, all the shots of me before playing in the garden, please tell me that this one and everything else looks better.
And hopefully we have audio.
Hopefully we have audio. It should be. I think it's in.
Find out.
Find out. We used that same mic, it fit. But our old camera, the screen flipped up on top, so like we could look at it and see what we were looking at, but we were still looking at you. This one's on the side.
It's a really cool camera. We don't really know what we're doing with it yet, but we got to sit down and read the book and break out the old photojournalism skills.
Right. It's got a lot more buttons than our other one.
Yeah.
We had a, because I know y'all are probably gonna ask, we had a Canon G7
X
Mark III. Yeah.
We had the 2 first, then we went to the 3, and now we have a Canon EOS 80D. Yeah.
Nice.
So
So
I don't know what that means, but it's cool.
yeah, it's a really nice camera. It had really good reviews, and I don't know, we decided we would give it a try. Step up the YouTube game even a little bit more, so hopefully it works out. You all be the judge.
Yeah.
There's probably more that we can do right now. It's just on auto.
Yeah.
So we'll get smarter with it and learn how to adjust things a little
I learned
bit
how to do photography and all that stuff in college. I just gotta bring it back to the front of the brain.
Right. Been way back here in that memory. But we are complete with planting day 1. My goodness. So we planted, well, we had the tomatillos in yesterday. We planted the tomatillos yesterday. Jen did all of our herbs. Calendula, amaranth, what's that one? Marjoram, fennel.
Green purslane, or purslane greens, yarrow, and
parsley. And then in that same bed, there is some St. John's wort that's already established, so that's exciting. Then we planted a bunch of green beans. So we planted pole beans, bush beans, like 60 plants worth. What was that number? Little burpee burp?
The throat made a weird
noise. Oh, it was
noise.
your throat. I didn't know what that was. Then we got our eggplant planted. Ray helped me plant a bunch of peppers. That was a little fun. She gets very excited, but I love that she's in the garden in general. And I think that's it. That doesn't sound like much, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially fighting the rain. She was homeschooling.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to kind of take off. Usually we wait till that's done and we can do these things together. But I'm staring at like the darkest black cloud.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, very much so. So we had to do it and make it happen. Now just cross your fingers that everything makes it through the storms that we have coming.
It's got to go in the ground because the greenhouse is now too hot during the day.
Yeah.
It keeps stuff in. So whether we like it or not, it's time.
Tis time. Tis time. Her chamomile, check this out. Let's see how well this does. Check out her beautiful chamomile. Gosh, it's pretty. Lemon balm popping. This area is just really killing it.
Hey, garden.
Oh yeah, and there's dill in there too. We put dill in there. So we also got this cool monopod, but it's interesting. The legs are a little short, but I mean, it isn't not a cheap monopod by any means. But it makes us a little nervous. Big, expensive camera, 6 foot in the air.
Yeah.
But there was something I was going to say. Oh yeah, the lights. So we're not done here. We'll wrap it up here in a minute. But we want you to see the lights. So let's make it dark real quick.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It's nighttime. Look at the beauty of these lights.
Isn't it pretty?
Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous out here. Here in just a second, I'm going to give you a walkthrough on how it actually looks. But man, our garden is popping with beauty now.
Looks like a wedding venue.
It really does. Anybody want to get married? And we have had the craziest weather today. We just had the biggest downpour ever.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything made it.
Hopefully.
We'll check in the morning.
What are you going to do? At this point, you know what?
Things got to get in the ground. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Hope for the best.
Yep. Hopefully you all are having better weather wherever you all are. If not, just plant when you can. Yeah. You know, get in the middle of it. This is planting day 1. We're probably going to have like 5 days
Probably.
of planting when we can get them.
When it doesn't rain.
Exactly, when it doesn't pour down rain on us. But that's it for this video. Make sure when we get done talking, you see the whole light set up.
Yeah.
So don't just immediately get out of here. But we love you all. We hope you enjoyed today, and we will see you again with another round of planting.
That's right. We love y'all.
And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't.
Yep.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Feeding us the fruit of this new place. And though some